Hi, I'm Rory. Welcome to Fem Law. His channel is all about the women history remembers and the ones it almost forgot. Today, we're exploring Mary Queen of Scots, her life, her power, and the moments that shaped her story. If this is your kind of history, I'd love for you to stay and subscribe. Alright, let's begin. Mary Stuart was born on December 8, 1542, at Linlithgow Palace in Scotland. She was the only surviving legitimate child of King James V of Scotland and Mary of Guise, a powerful French noblewoman. Just 6 days after her birth, Mary became Queen of Scotland. Her father died suddenly in December 1542, possibly from illness or exhaustion following the Battle of Solway Moss, or contaminated water while on campaign. Contemporary accounts also describe him as emotionally broken by military defeat. Before Mary could even speak, she inherited a crown and a divided kingdom. Because Mary was an infant, Scotland was ruled by regents across the border. King Henry VIII of England saw opportunity. Mary was his great-niece. Her paternal grandmother was Margaret Tudor, Henry VIII's older sister and the daughter of Henry VII. Henry wanted to unite England and Scotland by marrying baby Mary to his son, Prince Edward. This plan became known as the Treaty of Greenwich in 1543. Although initially agreed to, the treaty was soon rejected by Scotland, which feared English domination. Henry VIII responded with military pressure, a campaign later called the Rough Wooing. To protect their young queen, Scottish leaders made a decisive choice. Mary would not be raised in England. She would be sent to France. In 1548, at just 5 years old, Mary was sent to the French royal court. There, she was raised alongside the French royal children and betrothed to Francis, the heir to the French throne. France offered safety, education, and political alliance. Mary grew into a confident, cultured young woman fluent in French, trained in music and poetry, and admired for her height and presence. She was not just a queen in waiting. She was being shaped as a major European figure. In April 1558, Mary married Francis, Dauphin of France. She was 15 years old. In 1559, Francis became King Francis II, making Mary Queen of France as well as Queen of Scotland. For a brief moment, Mary stood at the center of European power, but it did not last. In December 1560, Francis II died, likely from an infection. Mary was 18 years old, a widow, far from Scotland, and suddenly without a political role in France. With little choice left, she prepared to return home. Mary returned to Scotland in 1561. Still only 18 years old, the country she returned to had changed dramatically. Protestantism had taken hold, political power was fragmented, and loyalty to the crown was uncertain. Mary was Catholic, French-educated, and accustomed to royal ceremony, now ruled a country deeply suspicious of her faith. Still, she ruled in her own name, attempting a careful balance between religion and politics. That balance was constantly under attack. One of her most vocal opponents was John Knox, a powerful Protestant reformer who openly preached against Mary. He condemned her Catholic worship and rejected the idea of a woman ruling at all. From the pulpit, Knox turned religious opposition into political pressure, undermining Mary's authority and keeping her reign in a state of near-constant tension. By the mid-1560s, her position was increasingly fragile, and soon, pressure mounted for her to marry again. In 1565, Mary married her cousin Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley. The marriage quickly deteriorated. Darnley proved arrogant and insecure. pressing Mary for authority he did not legally possess. In March 1566, while Mary was pregnant, her private secretary, David Rizzio, was killed during a shocking incident at court, an act widely believed to have been encouraged by Darnley himself. Trust between them never recovered. On June 19, 1566, Mary gave birth to her only child, James, the future James VI of Scotland. But Scotland was already destabilized. In February 1567, Darnley died under suspicious circumstances. No responsibility was ever conclusively proven, but James Hepburn, Earl of Bothwell, soon emerged as the leading suspect. In April 1567, Mary was taken by Bothwell and his men while travelling from Stirling to Edinburgh. The circumstances remain disputed, whether she was forced, pressured, or acting under extreme constraint. What is clear is that Mary had very few viable choices left. On May 10, 1567, Mary married Bothwell following his rapid divorce. The reaction was immediate. Both Catholics and Protestants were outraged that Mary had married the man widely accused of involvement in her husband's death. Support collapsed. By July 1567, Scottish nobles rose against her, and Mary was forced to abdicate in favour of her infant son, James VI. She was 24 years old. After being held under guard in Scotland, Mary escaped in May 1568 and crossed into England. She believed her cousin, Elizabeth I of England, would help her regain her throne. Instead, Mary became a political problem. She had a strong claim to the English succession, and her presence attracted supporters who saw her as an alternative to Elizabeth. What Mary expected to be temporary refuge became something else entirely. Mary remained in England for 19 years. She lived in noble households, constantly supervised, with her movements restricted and her correspondence monitored. She could not leave the country. Visitors required approval. In effect, she was a prisoner of the English crown. Over time, her presence became increasingly dangerous. Several plots emerged in which Mary's name appeared, some real, some exaggerated, all politically explosive. The final and most damaging correspondence was uncovered by Sir Francis Walsingham, Elizabeth's chief intelligence officer. This evidence became the final turning point. In 1587, Elizabeth signed the order. On February 8, 1587, Mary was executed at Fotheringay Castle. She was 44 years old. Contemporary accounts describe her carefully dressed, wearing deep red garments associated with martyrdom, and meeting the moment with calm composure and dignity.